Hello guys, I'm Saili Hingne and I'm back with another video lecture for you. So, if you haven't till now subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and follow us on WhatsApp and Telegram for more such videos. Today's discussion topic is the living world part 2. Before starting, if you have missed our first lecture on this topic, that is the living world part 1, in which we have covered what are living organisms, characteristic of living organisms, diversity in the living world, and we have discussed some important terminologies, that is nomenclature and identification, classification, taxonomy, systematics, and a small exercise for you. So do watch that. So let's continue. Our topic is taxonomic categories. Now, what is taxonomic categories? Taxonomic categories is also called as Linnean hierarchy, named after its discoverer, that is Carolus Linnaeus, or it is also called as taxonomic hierarchy or taxonomic classification. Taxonomic hierarchy is the classification of organism in a definite sequence of categories or taxonomic categories in a descending order starting from kingdom, that is, starting from bottom to top. The hierarchy includes 7 obligate categories. Obligate means they are strictly used at the time of any classification. They are mandatory to use. So our 7 hierarchies are kingdom, phylum or division, class, order, family, genus, species. Note one thing, for the explanation purpose, we will start from species to kingdom as categories are interlinked with one another. But always keep in mind the categories are arranged in descending sequence, that is keeping the kingdom at the top while writing. So let's start. Now what are species? So our first category, that is species, is a natural population of individuals or group of population which resemble, means they are like similar to one another in all essential morphological and also reproductive characters, so that they are able to interbreed freely and produce fertile offspring. Let's take an example of mango. Its biological name is Magnifera indica. Magnifera is our genus and indica is our species. Now, our next category is genus. It is a group of related species which resemble, means they are like one another in certain correlated characteristics. Correlated characteristic means those are similar or have common features. They are called as correlated characteristics. All the species of genus are presumed, means they are assumed to have evolved from a common ancestor. Then, our next category is family. It is a taxonomic category which contains one or more related genus, or genera. All the genera of a, so our next category is family. It is taxonomic category which contains one or more related genera. All the genera of a family have some common features or correlated features. Category is order. The category includes one or more related families. Okay. So, our fifth category is class. A class is made of one or more related orders. Then, next, our sixth category is division or phylum. This is a category higher than that of class. The term phylum is used for animals while division is commonly used for plants. A division or phylum is formed of one or more classes. For example, the phylum Chordata of animals contains not class mammalian but also aves, birds. For example, the phylum Chordate of animals contains not only mammalian but also aves, that is birds, reptilian, that is reptiles, fishes, etc. Now, our last category is kingdom. It is the highest taxonomic category. All plants are included in kingdom Plantae, while all animals belong to kingdom Animalia. Okay. Now, just for a note, there are some extra categories also like subdivision, suborder, subfamily, tribe, subtribe, etc. But they are not used regularly and they are used only when they are needed. So, till now, the most important, that is mandatory taxonomic categories, are the seven. The picture which you can see on your screen. So, based on the information of our previous slide, there are some examples of common organisms with their taxonomic categories for you. So let's have a quick overview of our first example, and according to that you will get the idea of rest three examples. So our first example is of human being, common name man, biological name Homo sapiens, genus Homo, family Homonidia, order Primata, class Mammalia, phylum or division Chordata. Likewise, we have examples for housefly, mango, wheat. So, our next topic is taxonomical aids. Now, what are taxonomical aids? Taxonomical aids are the collections of samples or preserved organisms which help in extensive research for the identification of various taxonomic hierarchy. Classifying organisms into various categories or groups needs a lot of field and laboratory work. This is an essential process because taxonomic categorization helps us in identifying many organisms necessary in various fields, like in fields such as agriculture, industries, bioresources, and etc. So, the taxonomical aids are the main source which helps us in studying the relative level of a group of organisms, the taxonomic hierarchy and the taxonomic rank. Now, why these taxonomical aids are required? They are required for taxonomic studies of various species of plants, animals and other organisms which require correct classifications and identification. Identification of any organism requires laboratory and field studies. So, let us study some taxonomical aids. There are five types of taxonomical aids today which we are going to discuss in this lecture. That is herbarium, then botanical gardens, museum, zoological parks and keys. First taxonomical aid, that is herbarium. Herbarium, it is a store that houses a collection of preserved plant species. Plant species are preserved in forms of herbarium sheets which are prepared by drying, pressing and then preserving the samples on sheets. These sheets are then arranged in their order of classification in the taxonomic hierarchy. These herbarium sheets carry all the information about the respective specimen. So, as you know now what is meant by herbarium, so you can make your own herbarium also. That is by preserving the samples of your favorite leaves or flowers on sheets. So just try this at your home to make your own herbarium, and I know that it will turn very beautiful. Now our second taxonomical aid is botanical garden. These are gardens in which specific plants are grown and they are labeled according to their taxonomy. To know more detailed information about taxonomy, please do watch our first lecture, The Living World Part 1. Thus, the labels carry their scientific names and family. The main purpose of botanical gardens is to identify the plant species under consideration. The picture which you are seeing on your screen is the picture of one of the famous national botanical garden that is situated in Lucknow in India. This botanical garden is more like a public park. Do visit. Then our next aid is museum. Biological museums are found in schools and colleges like the biology laboratory that we find in our schools. In these museums, plants and animal species are preserved in jars and containers with the help of appropriate preservatives. You have often seen this in your biology labs. They may also be dried and preserved. For preserving birds and larger animals, they are usually stuffed, and then insects are killed and pinned in the boxes. We sometimes find skeletons also of various animals in our lab. The picture is giving you a more brighter idea about the museums, like biological museums that you will find in schools and colleges. You can see the specimens preserved in this picture. Now, next taxonomical aid is zoological park. These are places where animals and birds are kept in protected boundaries. So the authorities of the zoological park always try to make or to provide animals with a habitat that are close enough to their natural habitat so that they get adjusted quickly. Thus, we also get a chance to learn about their natural habitats and behavior. Zoological parks are open for human visits. This picture is of Indira Gandhi Zoological Park situated in Vizag, Vishakhapatnam. Then our last taxonomical aid is key. So this taxonomical aid in which plants and animals are recognized based on their contrasting characteristics known as keys. So it is always like two contrasting keys are generally kept as a pair. Thus one contrasting key leads to acceptance and one leads to rejection. So this was all about taxonomical hierarchy and some important taxonomical aids. So based on our today's lecture, I have a small exercise for you. First question of today's exercise is the biological name of humans is A. Homo sapiens, A. B. Homo erectus, C. Homo luzonensis, D. None. Second question is father of nomenclature is A. Ernest Mayr, B. Carolus Linnaeus, C. Aristotle, D. None. And third question is the botanical name is a two-word name with genus and species. So the correct representation of mango in a biological term is Magnifera indica A, B, C, D. If you have any doubt in the exercise, do watch our videos and you will get the answers for it. Post your answers in the comment box below. For more such video lectures, do follow us on WhatsApp and Telegram groups. Subscribe to our channel, that is UDP India. Thank you for your attention.